The intimacy illusion, when algorithms know you better than you know yourself. Recommendation engines predict your desires before you feel them. Therapy bots offer comfort at 3 a.m. At what point does simulated understanding become indistinguishable from the real thing, and does the distinction matter? Imagine someone who knows every book you've ever loved, every song played on bad days, every purchase you regret, every topic you search at midnight. Someone who's studied your moods, your patterns, your most private anxieties, and uses all of that to know what you need before you ask for it. That sounds like the most intimate relationship in your life. It's your phone. In 2015, researchers at Stanford and Cambridge published a study that should have made headlines for years. Using only Facebook likes, the algorithm could predict your personality more accurately than your own friends, your family, and in many cases yourself. 10 likes beat a work colleague. 150 likes beat a family member. 300 likes beat your spouse. The machine, having never met you, knows you better than the people you love. The study, published in PNAS, used a sample of 86,220 volunteers. With 300 Facebook likes, the model outperformed spouses in predicting personality traits, including openness, consciousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. The researchers noted the result had profound implications for society. And it's not just personality. Algorithms can now predict depression from Instagram photo filters. Depressed people tend to post bluer, darker, less filtered images months before they seek help. They can predict relationship breakdowns from changes in Facebook activity. They can detect early signs of schizophrenia from typing patterns. The data exhaust of your digital life is a medical record, a philosophical profile, and a biology assembled without your knowledge, sold without your meaningful consent. Now enter the therapy bots. Apps like Woebot, and Replika now have tens of millions of users. People share their deepest fears, their grief, their loneliness with AI systems at 3 a.m. when no one else is available. And studies, real peer-reviewed studies, show these interactions reduce anxiety, reduce depressive symptoms, and make people feel generally heard. A randomized control trial published in the Journal of Medical Internet Research found that users of Woebot, an AI therapy chatbot, showed significant reductions in depression and anxiety over 2 weeks compared to a control group. The effect sizes were comparable to some short-term human therapy interventions. So here is the hard philosophical question. If it works, if it actually reduces suffering, does it matter that the understanding is simulated? The philosopher John Searle would say yes, absolutely. His Chinese room argument insists that a machine processing symbols is not understanding them, regardless of the output it produces. The comfort you feel is real. The understanding on the other side is not. You are, in a precise philosophical sense, alone. But the philosopher Daniel Dennett would push back. He argued that human understanding is itself a form of very sophisticated symbol processing. The neurons in your brain are no more inherently meaningful than the circuits in a chip. If the functional output is identical, on what grounds do we call one understanding and the other simulation? This is not a settled debate. It sits at the very center of philosophy of mind, but it has consequences that are immediate and practical. If people turn to AI for emotional intimacy and find it satisfying, what happens to their tolerance for the friction, vulnerability, and effort that human relationships require. Replika, an AI companion app, has over 10 million users and reports that many use it as a primary emotional relationship. When the company updated the app in 2023 to restrict romantic interactions, thousands of users reported experiencing genuine grief, with some describing symptoms consistent with loss and mourning. Psychologists took it seriously. The psychologist Sherry Turkle at MIT had spent 30 years studying humans and technology. Her conclusion is chilling. We are becoming alone together. We are more connected than ever and lonelier than ever because we have substituted the simulation for intimacy. The frictionlessness, always available, never judgmental, digital relationships for the real thing. And the real thing, with its misunderstanding and silences and demands, begins to feel unbearable by comparison. I want to ask you something uncomfortable. Think about a difficult conversation you've been avoiding with a real person in your life. A confrontation, a confession, an apology, an expression of need. Now ask yourself honestly, have you processed that situation with a chat bot, or in comments, or in a parasocial relationship with a YouTuber instead of having an actual conversation? I'm not judging, I'm asking, because the substitution is so smooth, we often don't notice when it happens. Martin Buber, the philosopher of dialogue, distinguished between two modes of relating. I-it, relationships treat the other as an object, a means to an end, a tool for your needs. I-thou relationships treat the other as a full subject, irreducible, mysterious, capable of genuine surprise. He argued that genuine human life happens only in the I-thou encounters, and an algorithm, however well it models you, is structurally incapable of being a thou. It cannot surprise you in the way a person can. It cannot change, grow, struggle, or choose you back. The intimacy it offers is real in its effects, but it is intimacy with a mirror, a highly sophisticated reflection of your own data returned to you in the form of comfort. It is, in Buber's terms, the loneliest possible form of connection. None of this means therapy apps have no value. They do, especially where human support is unavailable. But it means we should be clear-eyed about what they are and fiercely protective of the irreplaceable thing they cannot be. Have you ever felt understood by an algorithm or an app? Was that feeling a comfort or did it unsettle you? Tell me below. Genuinely interesting answers get featured next week.